Hello and welcome. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview on NewsX. We're in conversation today with actor Sudev Nair. He's all set to wow you with Z5's first ever Malayalam series release. Yes, I'm talking about Kammatam. That's releasing this Onam. Welcome, Sudev. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
What a moment. It's Z5's first ever Malayalam series release. It's your second OTT
Yes,
release. And it's coming at Onam. What
yeah,
better time?
correct, exactly. Yeah, very privileged and honored to be part of this because Z5 is launching its entire web series division with with Kammatam. So, and it's releasing on Onam. So, there's like a cultural significance to it also. So, I'm
Yes.
very privileged to be part of this.
Yeah. How do you see this, OTT medium? Of course, you've been part of Neil Panda's, project before. I remember
Yeah,
interviewing him for that. But how do you see, this OTT
yes.
medium for an actor like yourself? And now, with regional films and series also getting such a large audience through it.
Um, uh, it's it's definitely a boon for content creators because as creators, where we were restricted with the grammar of only cinema, which has to have a certain format. With OTT, there's
Mhm.
much more leeway to veer into subplots and character arcs and all those things. And especially as actors, even if you're playing not the main character, you will
Yeah.
still get an entire character arc
Yeah.
for your character. So for actors also, that's very good. Yeah. So that kind of long form content is, and especially for audience also, like I am constantly looking for something that I can unwind with at the
Hmm.
end of the day. And if there is something that's hooking, and I know that this is going to engage me for say the next 2 to 3 weeks,
Hmm.
this one show, and it makes me extremely happy. So that way, OTT is a boon for anyone.
Okay, let's just talk now about the project. What drew you to Kammatam, as far as, of course, your character is concerned, the project, when they came to you with it, what was your first thoughts about playing this?
So when the director Shan approached me with this, I really liked the story when I first
Hmm.
read the story in the screenplay.
Hmm.
Then he told me that we have to do this in 11 days. So that was my only main concern. So that's how I then met him and in detail I took a brief from him what his plan was, how he's going to achieve this in 11 days. Now
Yeah,
that's something that actually the Malayalam film industry has been notorious for
yeah,
over time. We finish big projects in very small periods of time, and that's
yeah.
something we know how to do. But even considering that standard, this is still
Hmm.
quite a task. But he had a very good plan. He had like if it rains, then plan A. If it doesn't rain, then plan B. If it rains and then stops, then plan C. So
Hmm.
yeah, all kinds of permutations, combinations, everything planned out, and this is how
Yeah,
we are going to do it. And but no matter which route we took, we still had to work very hard, and we had to do double,
true.
sometimes triple shifts in a day. But that's how here everybody cooperates, and from the unit to the crew to the assistant director, everybody is totally committed to finishing the product
Yeah.
without compromise.
That's pretty amazing. As you're saying, I mean, the
Mhm.
Malayalam industry is famous for this, doing projects in record time, but you actually did this in 11 days. And it's not a movie, it's a OTT series. That's quite remarkable. This could be a new model.
Yeah, for sure. It's actually kudos to the crew and cast of Kammatam because they are working around the clock, the ADs. And like as actors, we still get some 15 minutes to nap on the chair while they're setting up for the next shot. Sometimes there's a location change, and you get an hour to take a nap. So you kind of still get time to catch up on your sleep. But the crew and the ADs. And when you see them working around the clock like this, that inspires you with their energy. And
Mhm.
so that's why this kind of thing is possible. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Now, just tell us a bit about how you approach this role. You're playing a police officer. How did you approach this role? It's also based on real life events and facts which actually happened there in Kerala. So, how did you approach the projects? What kind of research did you do for your character, and what was your approach to playing this cop?
So the research there was no research needed because the writing was very thorough. The original story has come from an actual police officer, uh, and then the director and his team of writers rewrote it in screenplay format. So
Mm-hmm.
all the technicalities and all kinds of research was already in place. So it's actually a combination of a few real life crimes which have been creatively and very cleverly put together and connected. Um, the only thing about my character was that initially it was conceived a little different. It was supposed to
Okay.
be an older, down and out character who's now become an alcoholic, and
Mm-hmm.
but he's brilliant otherwise, and
Mm-hmm.
he's like out of shape. But and then this case comes along and turns out to be kind of redemption. That kind of arc is what was the original plan. But so we
Yeah.
put gained a little bit of weight. I put days on my face and all. But when I came in that police uniform, the director still felt that we are forcibly trying to mute my presence
Okay.
rather than accentuating it. So he then completely changed the character and he said, "No, this let's just get rid of all these artificial embellishments. Let's just
Nice.
keep your presence as it is and enhance it." Then we then reworked it around that without changing the story, of course, but the character's approach kind of changed from there. And then accordingly, he changed his short designs also, which is very
Mm.
commendable.
Okay. I'm sure you're going to be many people's favorite
Yeah.
real cop. Who has been your favorite, real police performance so far by any actor?
So I recently saw this film called Rond, um,
Okay.
and Dileesh Potan, yeah, with the Roshan Matthew and Dileesh Potan. Dileesh Pothan's performance in that as a cop was quite layered and very, very impressive. It left
Uh,
like I thought about that performance even after the movie was over.
Okay. Okay. Nice. But as I said, I'm sure you will be many people's favorite real cop after they see this. Okay. Let me ask
Yeah,
you now
yeah, hopefully.
about Onam. Onam is such a big festival. How important is this day? For people of Kerala, for people in the south. Just tell us a bit about the significance of this festival, which is when your project also this time is releasing.
Yeah, Onam is our biggest festival. Everybody here is in celebratory mode. And so if you're in Kerala and if you want to get any work done on Onam, you will not find anyone. Like nobody is around. Everybody is with their families, and it's just understood that it's holiday time, it's family time, and it's celebration time. So it's like what the significance of Diwali is in the north. So for
Yeah.
us, Onam is like that. There's feast, there's celebrations, there's games, and all
Yeah.
those things. And so when during that time when C5 is has decided to release Kammatam,
Ah.
tying in with that cultural significance, that is all. That's going to really boost how many people it's going to have access to.
Yeah.
So and that's with that Z will be basically officially launching their web series
Me-
division, Malayalam web series division. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. What a auspicious time to do that. And I'm sure many people's Onam plans this time is going to
yes,
be to watch Kammatam. I think that's been listed as what they're going to do on that day. But
yes,
how
yes,
do you
sir.
celebrate normally? Do you take a holiday? Do you spend time with family? How do you celebrate normally?
So normally it's one of two things only. If we sometimes I'm shooting. If we are shooting, then on the set we we have an Onam Satya, we call it, which is a feast on the banana leaf and all that. So we'll have that on set. We'll celebrate that on set. Otherwise, it's if I'm at home in Mumbai with my family, then my mom prepares a feast, and then I go home and that way. So right now I'm in Kerala actually. I'm in Varkala. I have my own surf school here.
Oh, lovely.
So we'll be celebrating Onam here with our staff.
Ah, yes, you have your surf school. Absolutely. You know, that's your bio on Instagram as well.
My surf
Actor,
school and resort,
surfer,
yeah.
and accidental hotelier. But, you know, how did this
Yeah,
passion for surfing start,
yeah.
Sudev?
So in Kerala, there's a place called Varkala. It's kind of similar to Goa. It's a very cool, chill place. So I had come here around 2019 or so, or 2020,
Yeah.
just for a small vacation. And I discovered surfing here. I didn't even know surfing existed in India. And then I found out that it was absolutely cathartic. And
Yes.
I'm anyway, I've been a sports person, but this went like beyond sports. It became kind of spiritual. And then I got addicted to it. And, but that's how surfing, like anybody who
Yeah.
experiences surfing usually gets.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
And
I
then I
have to
kept
quickly
coming
ask.
back and back, and eventually I ended
Sorry.
up staying with others.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
We lost you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
sure. Yeah, eventually, yeah, I decided to start my own
Yeah,
surf
so that
school.
other
Yeah.
people also get hooked on to this passion. Amazing. You know, I have to quickly ask you before we end about, you know, you're saying 11 days time it took for Kammatam, but
Exactly.
it's taking far longer for your other project which you're working on, Toxic. I think that's a that's a far longer and bigger project and experience.
Yeah.
So how is that shoot going for you? And that's quite an
Very
anticipated
good.
project. I'm sure you've heard all the buzz about it.
Yeah, that's exactly. Now that's like the other extreme. It's very big scale and um, big stars and uh, and Rajiv Ravi, who I worked with before in a film called Turamuga,
Hmm.
it's his canvas with this. And so here where we were shooting many scenes in one day. There we are shooting one scene over 2 days, 3 days, because like
Okay.
there the perfection is different. You know, there is lighting has to be perfect, the
Yeah.
camera motion has to be perfect, the characters and the placement has to be. It's like every frame has to look like a painting. So there the responsibilities are entirely different.
Yeah.
So that's why it takes as long as it does. Yeah,
I'm
but
sure.
that's been a highly rewarding experience.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
And finally, you know, as I said, I'm sure this is going to be a game-changing part for you. But you know, these days after cricket matches, you know, there's an award given called Game Changer of the Match. That's given to the player that
yes.
changes the course of the match for his or her team. So for you, if you look back, Sudev, now at your career, and you've done work in so many languages, you know, but for you, which do you believe has been your game-changing role or project so far, or one or two?
For me, that would be Bhishma Parvam, one of the last movies that I did in Malayalam
Hmm.
uh, with a director called Amal Neeran. So I was the main antagonist to that movie, opposite Mammootty.
Yes.
That so even though it was an antagonist, it was picturized like a hero. You know? So
Okay.
uh, and that kind of helped people see me in a different light from the kind of roles I've been doing. And that opened doors for me in other industries as well, because that's a movie everybody has, uh,
Okay.
other
Okay.
directors.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. It allowed you to, of course, now explore different genres. All right. Well, all the very best
Yes.
for Kammatam. We are eagerly awaiting
Thank
to
you.
see it on Z5. And happy Onam in advance to you as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.